So I've just continued now to close off these spaces by copying the ones that I did in this tenancy in the first floor plan and copied them across. They needed some little adjustments to be stretched, and using the adjust tool, I've been using this tool up here, the adjust command, of late to do that. And then I've also similarly closed off here. There's no stud wall behind this piece of fibre cement wall. But in a similar fashion, I just copied it across from here and then went to section view, manipulate the section view, and adjusted the heights. Same across here. I actually copied this one across again and then changed those up to the roof, and then in section view changed those heights, and a similar process through here. So we've got stud walls and fibre cement sheeting across the top of all of these sections, which is closed the building off, and then these sections here, hiding behind that bit of fibre cement sheeting wall, is the parallel flange channel, which we'll just batten out the channel and put the fibre cement sheeting straight on top of the channel there. So now I might turn my attention to creating an awning structure out the front. This work plane is getting in our road of visibility, so you can always find there's a little icon, and it's hard to see on my screen anyway, but I don't know if you can see it in the movie, but there's a little gridded icon that you'll find in one of the corners always. I'll just try and orbit it to the right area where you guys can see it. Very, very faint to see. I can just start picking it up on my screen just here. There's an icon just there. And if I click on it, it's another little gridded little icon which is in the corner of that work plane. If I just click on that there, you can fly this out and snap to a story, or any of these other, change it from being horizontal to vertical. If I click snap to story, I can select it to go down to ground floor or even a HD, but I'll just make it go ground floor at the moment, and that just increases our visibility a bit, gets that work plane down at the base level. So we might just change to the ground floor now and put a couple of posts in to start supporting an awning. So I'll just use my pop-up navigator to double click on ground floor. I might load some sections up while we're here, so we'll go into Options, Complex Profiles, Import Standard Steel Profile. Australian, we'll go to Rectangular Hollow Sections. We'll use the Rectangular Hollow Sections for the beams over the top to create the awning. Spanning 6 metres, it's likely to need to be something of about 150 millimetres. So if we go for something like a 150 by 100 by 8 or a 150 by 100 by 6, once again, this will be sized for us by our engineering consultant. We're just making guesses at the moment to progress this tutorial. So we'll change its material like we've always done and add the profile to the project and click import. Go back to that one again, options, complex profiles, import standard steel profiles. I'll now change to circular hollow sections, and we want something around about the 100 millimeter mark. Circular hollow section 100. We've got some 89s, there we go. 100. 2.6 by 3, just something like this. We'll go for the 5 mil. Once again, it will be sized by the engineer. 5 might just show up on our detailing with a nice thick wall so we can tell that it is a pipe. So 101.6 by 5, we'll give that one a go anyway. Change its material, add it to the project and import. So we'll use those for the posts. So we'll use the circular hollow sections for the posts and the rectangular hollow sections for the beams. We'll put the beams in first. So if we go to the beam tool, we change the layer now to beams exterior. We're working on the exterior now. We'll change our structure to the RHS 150 by 100. Yep, that looks like it. And I'll just create a beam. Oh, what else will we make sure we look through here? Oh, ground floor. We don't want it linked to the ground floor, we want it linked to the first floor. We should be drawing these on the first floor. So what I might do is go to that first floor level now. We're still in the beam. We'll change this back to the first floor. So beams exterior, RHS 150 by 100, first floor. We'll leave everything standard for the moment, and we can give it a slant angle. We'll try giving it a slant angle. Well, I'll leave it just horizontal. It'll be easy to put in. And I'll do this one here first. You know, that's where's the concrete tilt-up wall go. There's the grid line. So it'll be on the intersection of the grid line, which is the end of the concrete tilt-up wall, intersection of the grid line, grid Y1 and grid X1. So this grid line, which is the grid line, that's that one there. So we'll run a beam from there straight out to here for the moment. And now we'll work on that beam. We'll put a post in place as well. So we'll go to the column tool, change it to column exterior, change the profile to, we want a circular hollow section, CHS 106, there's the one we just loaded before, CHS 106. Now this one, we want to go back to the ground floor probably, would be best, so we'll use our pop-up navigator to double click on the ground floor. And it's going just here, so column, profile set, ground floor 0, we'll just put that in straight away like that, and we'll change, we might give it a slant a little bit later, but we'll just put it in like this for the moment, on that grid line there. I'm just thinking whether we should be thinking about bringing it back a little bit from the grid line. No, I think we'll leave it on the grid line, and we might extend the concrete slab. We can even do that while we're here. These concrete slabs here. We're on ground floor yet, so we should find a concrete slab there somewhere. If you tap your tab key, you can get through to the concrete slab. And maybe we need to extend edge, so that offset edge tool there, maybe we need to bring that out another 100 at least, and we'll have a think about that later. It might even need to come out a little bit further, but 100 might do the job. So at some stage, we'll just tab through these and bring these out to match. Okay. I'll just move on with the video, and you guys can pause the video and fix the rest of it up, and I'll fix mine up a little bit later. So what we'll do is we'll manipulate this now. We'll bring the section through, use the full drag tool and the section tool, so we drag both the extents through, and we'll look at grid line X1 so that we can see what's happening with this beam and column arrangement. Okay, so if we give the beam a slant angle, so we can click there and give it a slant angle, I'll see which way 5 degrees goes. We'll go -5 degrees, obviously. Well, not obviously, we don't want a box gutter back here. We'll fall the roof out to this direction. So possibly one of these might be stretch the length, if we can get there we go. So we can stretch this length out. I don't know, maybe another 150 or so. Another 150 from that point. So see if we can get a. No, it's not giving that to me. So I'll just stretch it out somewhere like that for the moment, and then we'll put probably a guideline in, and put the guideline in on the grid Y0. And then we'll pull this out. Might go 200. stretch this back again. So we've got that beam happening there. Column. I was thinking of giving the column a tilt. We'll see what we've got in the column settings dialog box. Let's bring that up here. And here you can give it a slant, and we'll try a slant of 95 degrees probably, and we'll click OK. Okay, now let's which way is that gone? Have a look in 3D what's happened there. And it hasn't done anything to us. I'll do it in 3D again here now. Column. Okay, this has changed back to, oh, I put 95, let's try 85 degrees. Might not like anything, it doesn't like anything more than 90 degrees there. So if we click OK to that, slanting back the other way, but now let's have a look at it in the section view, and we'll try and, we could rotate it. I'm not sure if mirroring it would work, so you could rotate it from the ground floor plan. There it is there at the moment. So if I click on it again somewhere, click on it again, go to rotate, put my rotate at the centre of the grid lines, which is down at this one down here, and let's rotate it all the way around at 180 degrees. Okay, so that's the effect that I was looking for. Looks like we need this stretched out another 150. Over another 150. And we can then extend this length out. Something like that. So something like that arrangement, I'll just stretch up this grid line. Make it clear what we're doing. I might as well line it up with that one I've put up previously, so we'll get some guidelines happening like that. And then I'll tidy up that guideline. Okay, so what's that look like in 3D? That's basically the system that I was looking for at this stage, I think. So we could replicate that by just copying that right across the whole building. So the columns first from ground floor level, and then we can edit, move, drag multiple copies. And I'll drag multiple copies from on that grid line to, well, we go to the internal grid lines first, because the concrete tilt-up walls are centre on these grid lines. And the end one, we'll wait for a blue dot, and we'll come back. No, the distance isn't measuring from that blue dot, so the other way of doing it is hover and wait for a blue dot at the midpoint. Hopefully we'll be able to get a midpoint, but we've previously changed our divisions here, and we'll change them back to half, and hopefully we'll get a midpoint now. Okay, I don't seem to be getting a midpoint there, so I think I'll escape at that point there now, and then I'll have a guideline in or something like that. So we'll put a guideline in, see if we can find the midpoint of the tilt-up wall. Not sure if it's snapping to a midpoint yet. Pretty sure it's got a midpoint there. Oh, okay, something around there. So it doesn't seem to be wanting to snap to a midpoint for me. So I'll well, of course that's easy to do. We'll go on the grid line, and then we'll move off 75, because we know the thickness of the concrete tilt-up panel. So I'll now take a copy of this again. So I can click on that centre, change to drag, and because I clicked on the centre this time, I can just use the pet tool and I'm changing to make a copy by tapping my Option key or Command key, and then I'll do the same at the other end. So we could even do it this way without setting up guidelines. Select it, select on the center point, drag a copy, Option or Command key, drop it onto the grid line, and then while it's still selected, drag it back again, 75mm. Okay, so at level 1 now, first floor, we can then do the same with the beam, copy the beam multiple, so edit, move, drag multiple copies. Okay, I might, this one's got a guideline for me, so I might as well go, that one can be finished off straight away. This one I'll just drop and then move it back into position. So I'll move it initially onto the grid line, then I'll escape and select it and drag it back 75. So that's, I always like to finish off a routine in 3D. So we've created a little bit of a starting structure for our awnings. So I'll stop the video there and we'll come back and we'll put some purling members on there.